Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Before starting my video, if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please do, and do not forget to turn on notifications, as every day I'm sharing great contents for you. Alright, let's jump into the video. Today I'm going to start a lesson which is going to be about if-else statements with the switch blocks. Alright, let's add a new project, but before that, let's switch our development branch. Perfect. Now we can continue adding a new project, console application, youtube.c sharp dot if else and switch blocks. Let's create. Perfect. It has been done. Let's type our titles, if else and switch case statements or blocks. So let's start with the if else. All right. Perfect. Alright guys, we're using if-else statements to compare some of data, and according to result comparing, if we would like to show a result to our user, we're using if-else and switch case statements as well. Alright, let's use if-else first. I'm going to assign some variables. Let's use integer numbers 125, and actually I can use, never mind, I'm gonna use 125 as a number. Okay, let's type if, and once you type if you click top 2 type, not that one, sorry, let's type if, and if you select this one, you will see the structure of the if statement, and just click the top and you will see the structure of if statement. Alright, so in this section we going to add our logic, and if it's going to be true, if it's true, the commands located in the curly brackets will be worked. Okay, now let's try to create a logic. For example, number equal 125. So if the number equal to 125, do something here. Alright, let's add a command right line here. The number, sorry, the number is 125. Let's see if it's going to work or not, but before that, let's set as a default project our new created one. Perfect. Let's click the run application button. As you can see, the number is 125. Alright, and we can place a breakpoint and we can see the step by step how it's working. Let's press function 10, number 125, and this is 125, then the statement is true, right? Let's have a look. Yeah, the statement is true. That's why we are inside of these curly brackets. Then when I click to continue, I will see the result in my console screen. Okay, perfect. Let's continue. We can add also another statement here, but I'm gonna do step by step. Okay, let's add else. The number is not 125. So if I type here 523, so what is this else, and how is this else statement is working. Once our if statement try to get a statement from here, and once we receive true, the curly brackets will be work in if statement, and we able to see this section. This is what we did a couple of minutes ago. But now we have a full statement, so we skip these curly brackets and the else statement will be work. Else means if there is a true, we're going to use this section. If it's a false, the else is going to be worked. Okay, let's try to use now. As you can see, the number is not 125. Let's put a breakpoint here and see the process of this application. Okay, I'm pressing function 10 from my keyboard and we will see, is it going to be go inside the curly brackets or is it going to jump to the else directly? As you can see, it's jumped to the else directly because the statement is false here. As you can see, when you put your cursor top of the operator, you will see the result of this statement. This is false, so we directed to jump into curly bracket of else statement. Okay, let's finalize this section. If you would like to add more statement, you can use else if section between if and else. So it's expecting you to add statement here. Okay. So what this means then? What does it mean? So if this number 523 equal to 543, this statement going to work. But if number, for example, lesser than 125, let's make it 250, this statement is going to work. The number is less than 250. Alright, so you can add as much as you can. Let's add one more statement here. If number, so I know the number is okay. If I add less than 250, now I'm going to add bigger than, for example, 100. So I can say is greater than 100. So what's gonna happen? Both the statement is correct. So what's gonna happen now? Which one is going to work? The number is less than 250 and greater than 100. So which one is going to be worked? Let's try to use that and see what's gonna happen. The number is less than 250. Why it's working? Because if you have put a breakpoint here, you will see the process of if else statement. So it's going to check this statement first and it is false and skip the next one. As you can see, we are inside of the statement, and once it's finished, this whole else if statement will be finalized and we will find ourselves here at the end of here. Let's type a console write line here and you will understand much more better. Console, just add read line. Okay, let's type again. It's F10. We are inside now because it is true. Let's have a look. As you can see, this is true. And once it's finished, we will jump directly to here because this whole if else statement finalized with this statement. As you can see, we are here now. Okay, let's stop this section now. So now I'm going to change this one. I'm going to make it bigger, or before that I'm going to take this section to here. Now this statement will work first and we're not able to see this statement anymore. Let's try again. Let's continue. As you can see, the number is greater than 100. So once we get inside, after true statement, whole statement will be finalized. Perfect. I think you understand. Let's make it less than 100, and I'm going to add one more statement here. You can make complicated if you want. If number less than 250 and number greater than 100, this statement will be work. So both statements have to work as we used and operator. So this else if statement will be work, and after finish this one, whole if else statement will be finalized, guys. All right. Now I am going to show you a couple of different presentation type. Okay, let's leave it like that here. I'm going to create a new if else statement here. If number equal number which is not equal, let's have a look. What's gonna happen now? As you can see, operator cannot apply to operands of type integer and string. So if you're trying to make a logic, the both value has to be same data type. All right. Okay. Now I'm to make it 12. All right. So if you would like to just want command line, so you don't need to use the curly brackets. You can delete them all. All right. Perfect. So this is much more readable, or you can make it, you can bring it here as well. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Else if numbers bigger than 12, number is 12, number is bigger than 12, and else the number is yeah, smaller. So it's, this is correct, right? Okay, smaller than 12 and is not 12. Okay, so this is other type of show how we can represent our if else statements in our project. As you can see, this is just 3 lines and this is whole big lines. Okay, also you can use this minimize collapse and reveal button with plus and minus, using plus and minus, and you can double click this 3 dot at the end of the statement, open and close your statements. Okay, perfect. Let's continue. And there is a new type of syntax which is very useful. Now I'm gonna show this section to you, but before that, let's work on, let's build our statement, build our projects, and see the second statement, is it working or not. The number is bigger than 12. Yeah, the second statement, else if section, is working. Okay, now I'm going to use another syntax. Now let's directly create a console write line and just type our statement quickly. If number equal 125, the question mark makes this section is it true or false? I mean, you can consider if block this question mark, and if it's true, yes, it is 125, and if it's false, no, it is not 125. All right. Once click the run application, we will see the result. As you can see, yes, it is 125. You can also assign a string as a result, and you can bring this your if statement here because the result is going to be a string, as you can see, and you can assign your variable to your console while line. Perfect. Let's run the application again. As you can see, it's working. Okay, perfect. So what if you would like to use else if in this statement? Alright, there is no specific else if command, but we can do something different. Let's copy and paste the result to the number is equal 125. Yes, it is, and no, it isn't. Yeah, we got two different results. So I'm going to delete this second one because this is not 250. If it's not, I'm going to add some extra logic here, and I put brackets. Now I'm going to do another logic. Numbers bigger than 100 question mark, and if it's so, yes, number is bigger than 100, and what if it's wrong? No, it is not bigger than 100. Alright, now I'm going to bring result 2 now. Let's run our application. As you can see, yes, number is bigger than 100. So once this first logic failed, it jumped to try to sort this second statement out, and finalized. We select the yes, number is bigger than 100 because it is correct. The result is true, guys. Okay. We complete this type of if-else statement. Okay, I'm gonna tell a little bit theoretical information about using this if-else statement. If you use an if-else statement, guys, if you add else section to your if-else, if you remember, I told you once we use this else if or if section and it's finished, it just skip out of the if else section. Alright? What if I delete the else? What's gonna happen? What kind of act we going to receive by if else blocks? Let's copy this section and put them here and try to delete else section and see what's gonna happen now. Alright? To make it to see everything much more easy, I'm gonna make this section command. Alright. The number is less than 100 and numbers between 100 and 250. This else if is going to be true. Let's have a look. The number is less than 250. Yep, number is less than 250. Actually, I need to change this between 250 and 100. between and 100. Okay, so what if I have a true statement here as well? Let's make it bigger. Okay, the number is greater than 100. By the way, I forgot to change the explanations. It's less than 100. Let's fix them all as well. Between 100 and 250. Okay. So what's gonna happen if we have two true statements without else? Let's have a look and let's see the results, what we're going to have. As you can see, we have it's selected by this section, and once it's finished, it's removed. The keyword is else here. Once you have something start with else, always, always and always, once one of these statements is selected, the rest of them will be cancelled. You can consider there is a hidden break, and just once it's finished, all statement has been skipped. How we can use to remove this section? Okay, there is another way which I really like to use these if statements. I never use else if and else section. I always use if, because once I finish this checking this condition, I want to check the other condition as well all the time. Alright, let's try how it's going to be done. If number equal 5 to 3, the number is 5 to 3, right? Let's fix this section as well. Yep, perfect. Okay. So if it's not, let's go the other statement. Number less than 250. Okay. The number is there any less than? Yeah. Let's copy this section. 250. Okay. Alright. Let's continue. If number bigger than 100, let's type this one. The number is bigger than 100. Alright. Now let's see how it's going to, let's see the results. Now we're going to have a free result. Let me have a look. We have two results. Yeah, there is two correct commands and one false command. So we have two different message here. Yeah. Actually, you can use, it depends what kind of logic you're creating in your project. Sometimes time by time you might need to use this kind of if else statement. Sometimes you might need to use this kind of statements, guys. I want you to know both of them, and it will be very useful while you're creating your logics. Okay, now let's put a breakpoint here and let's see how it's going to work. So it's going to check this statement first. Let's F10 and it's skip because it is false, and it is getting inside because this statement is true. We received the message in on our screen, and even if this statement is correct, will not skip the other if, because we don't have any else. So next if statement will be processed now. Yep, as you can see here. And we have a true again. We are inside of the curly brackets and our application is finalized its calculation. Let's continue and see the messages again. Perfect. Alright, I hope you understand, guys, if else statement. I'm just checking my notes. Is there anything should I tell you? Let's have a look. It's 24 minutes. Should I continue with the switch block? Okay, I'm going to continue with the switch block as well because I'm gonna finish those two lessons in one video. Let's control it. Okay, perfect. And I'm gonna take this command from here. Okay, let's minimize it. The next section is going to be switch case. Alright, this time let's use a string. By the way, switch case is if you need to make a certain select, you need to use switch case, guys. Okay, let's string city New York. Okay, type switch here. As you can see, we have a snippet for switch statement. Just tap 2 times and you will have your structure. So you need to add your variable to be switched, which is city in this statement. And let's type here case. For example, in this case, I'm going to check this city if it is London or not. If it's London, we will have here our commands. The city is London. Alright, to make it plural. And then we have a break here because if London is going to be selected, all switch case will be finalized here. It doesn't touch other cases. Okay, let's create the second case. If it's Antalya, this is going to be our code section with the break. I'm going to copy and paste. The city is Antalya. And let's add one more city. Let's make it New York. If it's New York, this city is New York. And none of them is correct. It means default CV. There is an error here. Okay. Let's type New York. Alright. Now let's start the application and we will see how it's going to be work. As you can see, the city is New York because our variable is in New York. Let's put a breakpoint here and see the process of our switch case statement. When it comes to the switch, as you can see, it's directly to select the New York case. City is New York and the case is New York. And as you can see, our application is going to start break command and it will finalize. As you can see, it's gone. Okay, so you understand how to use our switch, and there is another way to use our switch, guys. Let me show you, and it's really useful. Okay, now I'm going to create a string result and let's type our variable here and switch. So what is that? It means use the switch case block on city variable and assign the results to this result string variable. Okay, the first case is London and the result is the city is London. Okay, as you can see, this is much more readable. Continue with comma. and the result is the case is New York. If it's New York, and I'm going to use the city is New York. Perfect. And as a default, guys, if you use an underscore, it means default, and there is an error here. All right. And finalize our command. So this is our result. Let's add our console write line as a result. Perfect. Now let's start our application. Let's have a look at our second statement. The city is New York. Okay. Now I'm gonna change with Berlin. Okay, let's cancel. Make command this switch block because I only want to see the second one. As you can see, there is an error here. The third one is shown to us. Perfect. I hope you understand the switch case block as well. As next lesson, we're going to make a small application about these if else and switch case blocks. Hopefully it will be really useful for you. Let's make a command line here all. Perfect. I'm gonna take it from here, here. Let's delete. Perfect. It seems much more better. Okay, if else switch case. Let's save it. Okay, I'm going to commit my changes. If else and switch case statements or blocks. Switch blocks. Let's use the same name with the project. Okay, let's commit them all. Development branch. Perfect. Let's go to git branch. Right click on dev, but before that, let's switch to the main. Right click on dev, merge dev into the main. There is no conflict. Perfect. And it's done. Alright. I'm going to finish this lesson here, guys. Hopefully you understand if else and switch case statements. Next lesson will be about our example. And if you crush the hit button, I really appreciate it. It really motivates me. And if you need to ask any question, don't forget to drop comment below the video. Take care of yourself, guys. See you on next lesson. Bye bye.